sense of disgust at what the British government is doing in terms of acquiescing with Israel. They should be opposing Israel and saying they're illegally present in Palestine and make more of that issue. Instead of saying that it's understandable that the Israelis have to move in, they should say, well, why are the Palestinians in the state that they're in?
Thank you very much.
I'm sick and disgusted at my government's support of the butchery, the blitzkrieg that's going on in Gaza. I'm here to show my solidarity with Gaza and all Palestinians.
Well, obviously because of the Israeli massacre in Gaza, but I'm also protesting against the policy of our government, which is supporting the Americans and the Israelis in reality by keeping silent about the massacre. So I'm absolutely outraged by this, and I think Gordon Brown should be ashamed.
Well, I'm actually a very committed pacifist, and I just find it so distressing, obviously the level of injustice, particularly to children, for whom I have a particular concern, and obviously I'm very distressed that my own government isn't speaking out enough about the injustice and the violence, and I'm just here to say, look, no more of it. And I've got my olive branch, which is actually from the Garden of Gethsemane, to say peace, and peace is the only way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, to demo against the British support for Zionist terrorism against the people of Palestine.
I'm here to condemn, the policies of Israel, policies of America and the British government. They are back in Israel.
I'm here because I'm outraged by the attack on Gaza, which I think is the latest example of Israeli aggression, the purpose of which is to defend what is essentially a colonial settler state funded and armed by the United States to protect US interests in the Middle East. And I think it's very important to understand that Israel is an artificial state. It's a state made up predominantly of people who have arrived in the country in the last 100 years or the descendants of such. And it's only possible for that state to be viable, built on stolen land, on the basis that it's been protected by imperialism. First of all by the British, who allowed the immigration in the first place, and then by the United States, who for the last 50 years has been arming and funding Israel and making it possible for Israel to hold on to what is effectively stolen land at the expense of the people of the region, who remain there as a permanent security threat to Israel because their land has been stolen. So that Israel is the basis of violence and instability and conflict in the Middle East, such that there's really only one solution, and that is to get rid of the Zionist state altogether and to create a different kind of state where Palestinians and Jews can live together in peace. I don't think Hamas is a terrorist organization at all. I think Hamas is, and the election of Hamas, legitimately elected by the Palestinian people. I think Hamas represents that desire of ordinary Palestinians to fight back, and is a product of the Israeli dispossession of Palestinian people and American-backed Israeli violence. Hamas is a response to that, and I think people like myself, I'm a socialist, I'm not a Muslim, but as a socialist, I support Hamas as the legitimate government of the Palestinian people, chosen by the Palestinian people, and entitled to defend itself when under attack.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I want to say this today. This great mass demonstration against the Zionist state of Israel, killing our brothers and sisters. Shame on Mubarak, shame on the Saudi government, shame on the Jordans and all the armies, the Muslim armies, shame on all of you. I hope you've got the message.